beside me. Where the hell did the taxi go? With the road solidly blocking by taxis and other cars dropping off passengers and picking up others in the time they have to wait, we ended up having to stop almost a block away. But that's in the past now. What matters is reaching Lilly. Oh god. One foot hits the ground, the other quickly following without the slightest thought, as if my legs have taken on a life of their own, and all my mind can do is concentrate on the view ahead of me. Oh my god! He's gonna fucking pop! Just one glimpse of that long hair of hers, that long yellow hair that was the same colour as the wheat that stretched as far as the eye could see. In the end, I depended on Lilly just like Hanako did. Even after we started going out, it still doesn't feel like she really ever let herself depend on me. Except for one moment. That one moment where we held each other tightly on that bright yellow field. At that time, she must have feared losing me, just as she did everyone else. That's why, just this once, the night air wraps around me, draining every last remnant of warmth out of my body, to the extent that it feels more like mid-winter than a summer night. Oh my god! My fingers, my hands, my feet, they are feeling increasingly cold. Fuck! The sound of passing crowds is reduced to no more than a background hum, while the sound of my shoes hitting the pavement echoes loudly. Every step surging towards the person I have to catch. Forced by my chest tightening in response to the cold of the night, I rest an arm over it to try and settle it down. Oh, shit. Oh! My god. When the airport comes into view, though, I realise this feeling has one I felt before. Not now, of all times for this. Please, not now. I take a gulp and soldier on regardless. Keep on trucking, pushing my body as far as it will go. Sweat pours off me as I hurtle forward, my shoulder hitting someone's side and my mind suddenly flooding with emotions and memories. Oh my god, his life is flashing before his eyes. I continue on without apology. I have to keep moving now. If I stop, I'm not sure I could begin again. And even if I could, it would all be for naught if I'm not in time. I hit another person, then another, offering little resistance to getting bounced about. Oh shit! My feet feel numb. My arms are losing all feeling. My chest forces me to hunch over awkwardly, tightening even more. Oh shit. Fuck off. That afternoon in the snow. That time when my life irreversibly changed. Images of Ironaka and that damned letter flash over and over in my mind. The first love I'd lost thanks to my condition. That wasn't love. I can't let this happen again. I don't care what happens to me anymore. I just need to see her one last time. There. Victory! A silver of yellow and white comes into view some distance down the road. Her figure silhouetted by the light emanating from the airport entrance. Lilly! Lilly! Lilly, stop, please. Lilly! I'm not yelling. I'm really not. Come on, Lilly. I know your hearing's far beyond naught. Gah! I can't do a gah. I really can't. My view suddenly spins out of control and ends up on the ground. My body haphazardly sprawled after hitting someone after something over. Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank God it's gone. Before I can assess the damage, an unbelievable pain ignites in my body. A plane ignites in your body? Really? How's that working for you? All my thoughts are blanked as I curl up and frantically clutch at my chest. Are you okay? That was a really bad fall. This pain. I can't. Oh my god, it is horrible. There's happy music. I'm not screaming. Or yelling. Ah. That's the best, like, fuck off. Any sharp, and sorry for the swearing, but I hate seeing that thing. Any sharp knock could do me in. Any overexertions. I thought I could overcome my limits this once. Something's wrong with him. What was your first guess? What's the matter? Stop it! The voices of those gathering around me are gradually replaced by a loud ringing in my ears, but now I'm unable to move my head. My eyes turn upwards to see the mute moving of their lips. Stop it, please! Even as I clutch... Oh my god, it's still there! Even as I clutch my chest, I realize I can't feel my fingers anymore, nor my feet. It feels like my entire body is shutting down. Starting from my excitement... I don't know. I've killed this out. With one last effort, I turn my head down the road towards the airport entrance that's casting its lights over me. Don't go towards the light! Lilly is there, behind the crowd. Her head is tilted, but only just slightly. Oh shit, I can feel my vision dimming as I try to yell out, but nothing emerges from my mouth, despite my best efforts. Slowly but surely, my vision begins to black out the scene before me. Fall in the black. So this is how it ends. Oh my god. I failed. I was so close, so very close. But at the very last moment, my condition seized my chance at a new life and dragged me back. Now I'm going to die, sprawled out just meters from an airport with a crowd of babbling people surrounding me and with Lilly leaving for Scotland just a little distance ahead. Lilly. That last word extinguishes the last of my energy. The word falls into a deep, inescapable blackness as every muscle in my body shuts down. I'm sorry, Lilly. I was too late. Oh, shit! This is horrible! What's going on? Don't go towards the light! Why is this... What's going on? As I slowly open my eyes, a bright white light assaults my retinas. For minutes I just lay there where I am, mindlessly staring ahead while my scattered thoughts coalesce in my slowly waking mind. Head towards the earth! What is that? Slowly but surely, the white begins to overcome into focus as a bare expanse begins to be drawn across my field of vision. What the hell is that? It's only when the light fixture comes into... That's a lamp? Or a light? Yeah, a light. A switch thing with bulbs and all that. Comes into view that my mind clicks that this is a ceiling above me. Thank God. Oh my God. Slowly levering myself up. We're back to square one. I silently absorb through all my senses the details of the room I'm in. The smell and taste of strong bleach, motherfucking bleach, hang in the air, lending the impression of a place just slightly too clean to be natural. Inoffensive pale peach-coloured walls, all perfectly painted without a crack, stain, or imperfection. A single framed painting hangs on the wall, perfectly straightened like the walls. It's as boring and inoffensive as can be, probably. My attention's grabbed by... Oh, fucking chair, shut up. I'm trying to stretch. My attention's grabbed by the translucent curtain waving across my vision, my eyes following it to the open window it covers. How could this get worse? When I move my right arm to try to lift myself up and look through it, I feel the... Oh my God, don't know, dig in uncomfortably. It's only now, too, that I notice the cannula tubes... Oh God, please don't give me that imagery. Winding around my cheeks and into my nose. Oh God. Now you've made me feel weird, Sal. After some fidgeting, I settle for just looking around the corner of the window. Oh, thank God we can't see. Beyond the thick leaves of several large trees, I can see the greenery below backing out a field. Onto a field. A customary island of green on the outskirts of the city. Judging by the sun outside, it's noon. Of which day, though, I'm not sure. So I'm in hospital, once again. I let out a long, tight breath as I tried to collect my scattered thoughts, my mind seemingly cast in a dozen directions all at once with as many emotions running through me. After slowly lying back down, I decide to start at the beginning while I'm here. I cast my mind back, but I can't work out a smooth recollection of what happened. Events of last night, or whichever night it was, come back more as a series of snapshots than any cohesive memory. Lying on my bed looking at the origami bird. Talking to Hideki outside the Hakamichi residence. Running down the streets, passing pedestrians, and bumping into more and more of them. Stupid twat. Falling inside the black. Looking up at the searingly bright airport entrance, seeing Lily's back as I lay on the ground. ... The silence of the private room suddenly feels overwhelming. Oh my god, you're trying to kill me with this text, aren't you? So that's it. I had my chance to correct my mistakes and I blew it. Whatever I was at fault for neglecting my medications, and my god, my voice sounded awful then. And disregarding to pace myself, or my body was for giving out so soon. It doesn't matter now. All that matters is that, once again, I'm alone. Being alone is lovely. You don't have to worry about people. The pastel blue pillow yields with little resistance as I let myself fall back onto the bed. Its starchy case, along with the starchy sheets, providing little comfort. Compared to the darkness of last night's events, the bright light of the room around me is striking. All it does, though, is emphasize how overworldly places like this are. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Deja vu. It was a miracle that you were able to go on for so long without any... Whoa! It was a miracle that you were able to go on so long without anything happening, they said. And then it did. My condition had taken away everything. My old school was for no importance anymore. My name is of no importance. My home was reduced to a faraway place. Both my friends and my first love simply stopped visiting after a length of time. I am out of energy to argue with the love part. Really am. I became cynical and embittered, probably. But what's wrong with being cynical? Distant and subdued. In my defense, no person could avoid that after such a thing happening to them. But nonetheless, I left the hospital as a very definitely changed person. Things changed. I made new friends in Hanako, Shizune, and Misha. I found a new sense of home in my dormitory, a new interest in science and the world around me, and I found a direction to my life that I had never felt before. I'm seeing random words here, people, but I also discovered other things. The sense of isolation in Yamaku and its surrounds was not entirely unwelcome. The quiet giving a peace of mind I might not have found elsewhere, but it gave the area a feeling of being pushed out of the way, of being kept out of sight. Be right back, people. I'm going to get some water. This beautiful nobody has returned. People in the streets would sometimes glance awkwardly or quickly turn their heads as they realized they were staring. Even if my condition wasn't visible, my uniform was. Oh, right. Even if it weren't, I was still different. I took 17 pills Jesus! A day, morning, midday, and night. My scar, oh god, though hidden behind clothing, was still a permanent mark of my condition. Oh, fucking hell. And most of all, there was the very real possibility of death. A bad fall, an absent-minded hard hit on the back, a simple sprint taken too far. Anything could have set... Well, most of them happened. Anything could have set my heart off, and several times I teetered on the edge of the abyss, even with all the care I took of myself. But that was fine. I could have lived with all that. Because there was one final thing I'd found, or rather refound after entering Yamaku, which was once again snatched away before my eyes. Enough with this text! I'm too tired for it. It's only now that I realise just how delicate my newfound sense of happiness was. Everything depended on her. The lynch pin on my life since I first entered Yamaku as a sullen, confused, and aimless transfer student. Lilly Sato was the one person I could depend on above all others, and who reciprocated the love that I felt for her. But I failed her, and only realised it all too late. I thought that I could just set my life up and continue that way forever. But the real world doesn't work like that. I finally realised the meaning of those words, only to be struck down as I confronted my failure to do so in time. ... The surroundings I'm in now are all too familiar. It's as if Yamaku was but a dream, and I'm still recovering from my first major heart attack. Maybe that's why I feel so tired. It feels almost as if I've lived the entire last few months of my life in a space of minutes. Oh God. The weight of my eyelids closes my eyes. My physical and mental exhaustion letting me offer no resistance. Oh my God. A mumbling from the head of the bed stirs me out of my sleep. With my eyes still closed, I can focus and make out someone, presumably a nurse, bidding farewell to a doctor. As I open my eyes, I notice the door closing in my peripheral vision. The doctor stands reading some notes off a clipboard held in his hand, carefully looking over the pages. After consulting his obviously very important documents, he looks up and notices my gaze. It's now that I notice something slightly odd about his expression and general disposition, that I can't quite put my finger on it. "Ah, I see you're awake, Mr. Nakai." His quick glance at my bed end to verify my name showed that his documents obviously didn't have it written on them. I must admit this is a bit unfortunate. Your parents visited just earlier while you were asleep. I could notify them you're awake now if you'd like. Thanks. That would be good. I give a somewhat dazed reply, most likely the one he'd expected before really thinking about what I'm saying. Not a problem. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, I'll be happy to answer them. That is, unless you'd prefer to rest. The anesthetic's still going to be affecting you a bit, I'm afraid. The anesthetics, of course. That'd be why I felt so strange the first time I woke up. I slowly shake my head, not wanting to dislodge any pipes or cause myself any more discomfort than necessary. The doctor lightly puts down his clipboard in response. I guess my main question is, what exactly happened? To put it simply, you've unfortunately had another heart attack. While not as severe as your first, you were very lucky it occurred so close to a hospital. After being stabilized, you were taken to the operating room. What followed was keyhole surgery in order to insert a temporary piece. Fuck off. I'm not reading that. All in all, the incident happened 2 days ago, with emergency treatment being carried out soon afterwards. Since then, we've kept you under close observation while you were asleep. Will I be alright? Are there any lasting problems? Compared to the procedure carried out for your first heart attack, this is relative. Fuck off, I'm not reading that. While you might undergo surgery in a few days, time to remove. Assuming there are no complications. Oh God, read it yourself, please. Oh God. He continues Talking. Don't start. He continues talking, the subject shifting to the repetition of facts about arrhythmia and my medications that I already know from the most part. I start to nod and feign interest while my mind drifts. I begin to think about how perfectly hung the inoffensive painting hanging on the wall behind his shoulder is, and how neat and sterile the surroundings are, even including the doctor himself. If my mumbling bores you, you are quite welcome to say so, Mr. Nakai. Lord knows I lose track of myself sometimes. He gives a short chuckle at his self-deprecating jokes as I grimace awkwardly, having been rather badly caught out. The doctor's chuckle sounds different from that of the nurse at Yamakudo. Come to think of it, as I ponder why, I realise why the main man in front of me feels just that little bit off. His smile is neat and sterile. He delivers his little jokes perfectly, with a customary inoffensive chuckle. It is like, rather than talking to the man whose name is neatly printed on the name tag pinned to his lab coat, I'm merely interacting with an actor reading off a pre-rehearsed script, every action having been choreographed beforehand. I suppose he has to be this way though, being a doctor. He has to keep his neat and sterile smile when chatting to the girl with cancer slowly spreading through her body, when reassuring the woman who'll surely die from childbirth, and with every other terminally and critically ill patient. Oh God. That little bit of distance, that little bit of aloofness, it makes me wonder if I've been too harsh, especially considering its disposition far from being adopted only by people in his profession. After all, the one I loved kept the same distance from others herself. Looking up to the doctor again, I realize I've been in thought with my head bowed for some time. I understand you must still be tired. You've been through a lot, and as I mentioned before, the anesthetics would still be affecting you. If you don't mind, I'll let you get some rest and tell your parents you've woken up for you. Well, I don't know. I think that would be good. Thank you. He gives a curt nod before picking up his clipboard and making his way to the large white door in the corner of the room, closing it behind him with a thud. In the end, I'm alone again. Lily's gone, Kira's gone, Hanako would be travelling, and even my parents have already left the hospital. Four pale peach walls, one white ceiling, and a single open window to look out towards the world outside. It's hard to think of the future when the past is crowded around you, claustrophobic in its neat, surreal, starchy, bleach-smelling grip. Lost for what to do or focus on, I content myself with sleeping the time away as if this were all just another dream like Yamaku had been. Oh God, white! A surreal clean white for a ceiling clean room. Surreal clean room! My eyes open and I simply stare at the ceiling for some time. It's about as interesting as the television would be, mounted in its metal... Hold on, what? Is that... Holy fuck, it's the music box!